Coming up on the first broadcast of this semester, we'll take a look at how LB 77 is impacting the community.
Then see how a new policy affects UNO student organizations.
Finally, see how a museum is taking a forgotten form of transportation and making it interesting to younger generations.
All this and more on the Omaha News. Welcome back to the Omaha News. I'm Jackson Piercy.
And I'm Hannah Wheelock. It's been almost 1 month since the state of Nebraska legalized permit-less concealed carry for its residents. Reporter Andrew Koslika says the new law is met as expected with multiple opinions.
Omaha Mayor Gene Stother has issued an executive order that does not allow guns to be carried on city-owned property. This comes as a response to Jim Pillen signing LB 77 constitutional carry into Nebraska law. LB 77 allows anyone over the age of 21 to have a weapon on their person with no required training or certificate. 88 Tactical Training Coordinator Trevor Thrasher says that just because people have the right doesn't mean they'll take the responsibility.
Lost our collective minds as a culture right now, at least a large percentage of the population. So it causes me some concern. But, I have to fall back on when in doubt, the rights go to the people.
While Thrasher says there is a little concern for people who don't get the proper training at a place like 88 Tactical, gun owner TJ Peterson has been using guns for his whole life.
I learned when I was 3 years old. It's been in the family. We go shooting, not at privately owned ranges like Tactical 88 or anything, but just our own property.
According to a report from the National Bureau of Economic Research, laws like LB 77 increase firearm homicides by 13% and firearm violent crimes by 29%. LB 77 also forced the Omaha City Council to repeal 22 city gun ordinances and amend 8 more. For the Omaha News, I'm Andrew Koslika.
The cities of Lincoln and Omaha were opposed to the bill, as well as the police chiefs of both cities.
It's that time of year where health officials prepare for flu season. The CDC is recommending 3 different vaccinations for this fall, one for COVID-19, one for the common flu, and one for RSV for people ages 65 and older. Health experts are urging people to get the shots as soon as they're available in preparation for a difficult respiratory season, with COVID hospitalization rising 12.5% within the last 2 weeks.
Funeral services are planned for 72-year-old Judy Kruger. Authorities in Mills County say her body was found Saturday morning, less than a mile away from her residence. Kruger was living with dementia, and her family says this wasn't the first time she had wandered from home.
On September 16th, Judy Kruger was reported missing. She was last seen around 1:30 in the afternoon. Police say that she walked away from her home near Levi Road and Highway 34 in Glenwood. Authorities and Mills County residents scoured the area using ATVs, drones, dogs, and manpower. Most of the daily searches were held around the areas of Glenwood's Archaeological Preserve and the Glenwood Resource Center. Glenwood resident Sarah Ibrera was at the forefront of putting together the search parties for Judy in the community Facebook page.
And I figured, if somebody just takes the lead and everybody kind of has a way to communicate with one another and, be able to find a partner to go out and search and things like that. So that's when I started the group, and then we just kind of started communications.
Funeral services are tomorrow evening at Peterson Mortuary in Glenwood. Sarah says the Facebook page that was created to search for Judy has now been switched to create a meal train for her husband of 53 years. According to the World Health Center, women are disproportionately affected by dementia, both directly and indirectly. Women experience higher disability-adjusted life years and mortality due to dementia.
Such a heartbreaking story, Gracie. What would you suggest for people who notice someone they know showing signs of dementia?
There is. The Alzheimer's Association says that if a loved one is showing signs, it's essential to have a discussion with them about it, whether alone or with other loved ones, and to make sure you address it gently.
Thank you, Gracie.
Still to come, we look at 2 stories that may affect the UNO student body and Omaha area.
Then later, we'll hear more regarding 2 events that are considered fall favorites in the Heartland.
All this and more on the Omaha News.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha's bookstore is home to more than books. The UNO bookstore accommodates all students' needs with phone and laptop repairs at the iFix UNO station or free residence hall delivery. The bookstore, located in the Millvale Student Center, is full of Maverick merchandise. Find sweatshirts for chilly Nebraska days or cozy UNO mugs for every coffee fix. Shop anytime at unobookstore.com.
Nearly 3,000 student athletes competing in 19 varsity sports from 9 institutions. Compete for nationally ranked teams to become academic All-Americans and NCAA champions. Nearly 100,000 students and more than 800,000 alumni celebrate their schools as they rise to reach the summit. The Summit League, where tomorrow's leaders reach the summit today.
I'm a veteran, wear my battle scars like a letterman's. I done crawled through the mud both speed, so I
wouldn't underestimate me. Coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Faded press to a full.
The city of Omaha boasts an increase in its population, according to the latest 2024 U.S. Census projections. The city is expected to surpass the million resident mark in the next year. A robust gross domestic product centered around manufacturing and agriculture are two key reasons for the rise in the population. The city is also home to 14 Fortune 500 corporations, including Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. Douglas County is expected to grow nearly 10% by the year 2030.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha is facing issues regarding the new bake sale policy. Reporter Dayton and Sarah takes us to get a better understanding.
UNO announced that all food served on campus must be furnished by UNO Dining Services and Catering or pre-packaged when store-bought due to health safety concerns. Student body president Hakeem Latoro has recognized that organizations are having a difficult time dealing with UNO's new bake sale policy. Latoro says students got no warning.
It came out pretty suddenly. We didn't have too much of a heads up on it. We didn't have too much participation on the front end.
Multicultural organizations have planned to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month by enjoying their homemade cultural foods, but had to change plans because of the new policy. Latoro says multicultural organizations are being significantly impacted financially by the new bake sale policy.
They try to fund a lot of their end-of-the-year projects, a lot of their trips. So we're seeing that there's a pretty massive amount of benefit that the students were going to receive from at least a financial standpoint.
Colleges all around the United States are facing increasingly stringent bake sale policy regulations. Universities like the University of New York at Birmingham is facing issues just like this.
Student Senator member Eva Birkeland says that it's important to stay persistent to make a change.
If this is something you care about, continue talking to the student senators, continue talking to administrators, continue going to town halls, continue having your voice heard in any avenue possible, and believe that it might be able to change something, because you never know.
Right now I'm outside of Millvale Student Center, where students earlier this evening gathered to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. Unfortunately for groups like these, they'll have to dip into their end-of-the-year savings to purchase prepackaged goods to comply with UNO's bake sale policy regulations. Something like this is a no, but something like this is a little bit better. Back to you in the studio, Jackson.
Thank you, Dayton. If you'd like to learn more about what issues are current at UNO, student government meetings are recurring on Thursdays at 7 p.m.
The Biden administration has announced a federal mandate to nursing staffing rules and healthcare hours that would change Omaha nursing homes. This new rule requires residents in the nursing homes to receive at least 33 minutes of registered nurse care and 2 hours and 45 minutes of nurse aide care per day. It also mandates that at least one registered nurse needs to be working at a facility 24 hours a day. These policies would affect nursing homes on a daily basis in Nebraska. The staff has expressed excitement and ready to meet the challenge. A local certified nursing associate, Kale Connolly, says the patient would benefit from these changes.
Yeah, I think it's phenomenal. It's going to be safer, it's going to be a lot less high stress, and it's going to be better for the residents in the long term.
However, according to the Nebraska Healthcare Association, the number of nursing homes in Nebraska is shrinking because of a workforce shortage. The new policy might make things worse.
Slavery and racism in the United States has affected all areas of activity in regards to African Americans and Black American descendants of slavery, including in the field of healthcare. Reporter Dee Warren traces the long-lasting effects of that era to how local Black Americans view healthcare today.
According to the CDC, racism, both interpersonal and structural, negatively affects the mental and physical health of millions of people.
And it affects really, Black Americans because slavery. It goes back to slavery, and the same thing, there's the same mindset that we had, dealing with slavery is passed down to us.
Christopher also notes that in order to combat the multi-generational physical and mental effects of slavery, there has to be a societal change in how institutions view the medical well-being of Black Americans. Dr. Joy DeGrew describes post-traumatic slave syndrome, or PTSS, as multi-generational physical and mental trauma that Black Americans have experienced from slavery in colonial America to present day.
Mental health in the Black family is just something that's just not even spoken of, and it should be. Because when you have a group of people who've been through a lot, that means they need a lot of help.
Breaking the stigmas toward the mental well-being of Black Americans is one of the first major steps to addressing racism in society as a whole. Because healthy minds equal healthy people, and healthy people equals a healthy community. For the Omaha News, I'm Dee Warren.
Places like the North Omaha Area Health Clinic and Charles Drew Health Center offer therapy and health screenings for little to no cost in the Omaha community.
After the break, we'll take a look at Omaha area features that are perfect for the fall season.
Stay tuned for more on the Omaha News.
The media landscape is vastly different from the past. Conglomeration and consolidation have changed the skill sets required to succeed. Journalists must not only know how to conduct research, interview, and write stories, but they also have to know how to shoot and edit the stories they tell. Likewise, creative media professionals must know how to interview, research, and write the stories they shoot and edit. In the School of Communication, we require students to gain experience and proficiencies employers are seeking. The two hardest mediated genres to produce are live sports and newscasts. Thus, once our students are taught the basics, they are given opportunities to improve the abilities at these genres. Capstones 1 and 2 feature the culmination of skill sets. Once students produce the Omaha News, they can use it in their demo reel to show their skills. From here, students can go anywhere.
I never thought I'd be standing in the clouds looking down on the ancient ruins of the Incan Empire. I never thought I'd live among the street artists in Valparaiso. I never thought I'd make friends that would last a lifetime.
Adventure's out there, and as Mavericks, it's up to us to find it.
Stop thinking, start doing. Visit educationabroad.unomaha.edu.
It's a super fun activity. The group only rehearses as needed to prepare for the music that they provide at games. And we're always looking for ways to continue showing what the very talented students in the Maverick Machine are capable of.
I really enjoy doing pep band because it's music that is very familiar to me.
Chronic absenteeism has plagued public schools post-COVID-19. According to the Omaha World Herald, Omaha North High School had the highest rate of severe absenteeism in the metro area in 2021, with 56% of its students missing more than 20 days of school. In North Platte, a program called Dare to Go 5 Below challenges students to miss fewer than 5 days in a school year, with prizes for students that accomplish that goal.
Over the weekend, Council Bluffs held a special event to celebrate the rich history of trains and railroads. Museums and businesses of Council Bluffs have come together to celebrate the history of the railroad system and the impact it has had to the area. Railroads have been a critical part of the growth and development of both Council Bluffs and Omaha. The first railroad in the area was started in 1858, and many more followed. It allowed Council Bluffs to thrive, and the population went from 2,000 to 47,000 in less than 100 years. Council Bluffs also rose to be the 5th largest mail terminal in the United States in 1953. Because railroads have played such a big part in the area's history, many find it important to educate people of the present on the subject. One place to find these people is at Rails West Museum in Council Bluffs.
But it was built in 1899, and it was one of the main ways to get in and out of the city. In fact, the first war or soldiers to come through here was the Spanish-American soldiers coming back from fighting. The Rails West Museum educates people year-round about the railroad system in Council Bluffs. But on this day, through rain and shine, they invite people to be fun and excited about trains, just like when they were a little kid. Railroad Days is an event that has brought many people from around the area to Council Bluffs to learn about all things train and track. The event is hosted at multiple locations in Council Bluffs, including Rails West Museum. Attendees are welcome to drive or take the trolley to each location. It has become an event that the community looks forward to every year, while also exposing new minds to a critical part of local history. To learn when the next Railroad Days will be held, you can visit unleashcb.com.
As the leaves change color and the cool breeze starts to chill the Nebraska air, people gather in their beer halls to listen to the oompas of the polka band. I give you an inside look at Oktoberfest's bands and beers. For Omahans of every shape and size, Oktoberfest brings a rich tradition of both unique alcoholic offerings and the same traditional rhythms that sound better and better the more the latter is consumed. In Omaha's German-American society, the polka band has been a staple for every one of their Oktoberfests for the last 139 years. Despite their youthful appearance, Jameson Bretman and his happy players have been around the proverbial block. Bretman says that his band has played over 100 Oktoberfest events, with 20 more for the rest of this year's season.
As we're filming this now, I've done 2 gigs in a row already, and I had 3 last week. You go and you play, and that's what it is.
And the happy players aren't the only ones in the Oktoberfest game either. Following in the steps of breweries like Krug, Metz, and Storrs, there's a new generation of Nebraska breweries bringing on their own Oktoberfest brews. Kincaid Brewing out of Broken Bow is one of these breweries. Co-founder Cody Schmick says Oktoberfest brings out feelings that are familiar to all of us.
I feel like sometimes I've teased before that Oktoberfest season is for bearded, fat, tattooed guys, just like pumpkin spice latte is for, I'm just teasing.
Kincaid makes about 1,000 cases of their Oktoberfest brew, and once it's gone, it's gone. And as long as there's Oktoberfest going on, one thing remains true. If you brew it, they will drink, and they will dance. For more information about Kincaid's other seasonal beverages, visit their website at kincaid.com.
Don't go away. There's more to come on the Omaha News as we wrap up the first newscast of the semester.
IT is so broad
that it's not just coding. It can be applied in so many different ways in different areas.
Technology impacts a lot of different things, a lot of different people, and if you can truly put yourself in their shoes and trying to solve that problem, just understanding that why is truly important.
UNO is one of those places where you can come and really get involved in whatever you want.
I ended up taking a bioinformatics class, and I ended up with a MD, PhD. I can do both the research and I can help people.
I chose the College of ISMT because it was my dream to become a data manager, and this college fits the best.
They're really the best people to be teaching the classes because they know and have worked in the field.
There's always a people factor, and getting people that are interested in your development is key to your success.
Create your next adventure and travel the world at Omaha's award-winning Henry Dorley Zoo.
In national news, the Hollywood writers' strike ended early this Wednesday morning after 148 days. The Writers Guild of America made a new 3-year deal with Hollywood studios that increases pay, script fees, and contributions to health care and pensions. Unfortunately, the actors union, SAG-AFTRA, who have been on strike since July 14th, still show no signs of brokering a deal.
Nebraska City hosted its 55th annual Applejack Festival this year, September 15th through September 24th. This popular event draws between 60,000 and 80,000 people to Nebraska City each year. The Arbor Day Farm, one of 3 main orchards in the area, offers many vendors and delicacies for the festival. Arbor Day founding marketing director Connie Van Nostrand says that the festival brings the city together.
Is a community-wide celebration though, so all of Nebraska City has been celebrating last weekend and celebrating again this weekend.
If you missed the Applejack Festival this year, don't worry. The Arbor Day Farm will be offering many of the same attractions this week into October. The other orchards in the area, Union and Kimmel, will be open for fall apple picking. For more information about the Applejack Festival, visit the Nebraska City website at nebraskacity.com/festival.
Pickleball has become a fast-growing recreational sport in the Omaha community in its popularity and competitiveness. Reporter Lillian T. Meyer says the sport has taken over Omaha's parks by building new courts for people to play on. The Omaha City Council just confirmed that there will be 2 new pickleball courts to be built in Cattail Park off 188th and Q Street. Pickleball, a sport that combines elements of tennis, badminton, and ping pong, has grown into a nationwide phenomenon in the sports community. Pickleball player Melanie Shellberg says that pickleball opened opportunities to exercise and getting to meet people of all ages and skills.
It provides a lot of exercise. It provides a chance for people to get together. Anybody can play pickleball. I'm a testament to that because I'm not very athletic.
If you are interested in playing pickleball in the Omaha community, you can easily find local groups from social media posts, or there are local pickleball leagues at the Mockingbird Hills and Camelot Community Center. The leagues are a combination of all skills and ages. Pickleball drop-in classes at Mockingbird Hills and Camelot are $3 per adult, and for ages 55 and up, it's free.
That's all for today. Join us again next Wednesday at 4 p.m. for more from your Omaha Mavericks.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at UNO The Omaha News, or find our website for even more news and stories at unomahanews.com.
From all of us here at UNO Television, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
For me, it's about understanding the process of communication and what we learn through that process.
So something that you'll find within the School of Communication graduate program is that there is such a rich field of expertise.
I can think of no other discipline where we spend so much time focusing on not just one side of the conversation, but all sides of the conversation.
Not only do you get to work closely with other graduate students that come from all different walks of life, but you get to learn from graduate faculty that take those perspectives and help you grow yourself in a way that teaches you to be an academic, but also lets you be you in a really unique way.
I chose UNL very specifically, not just because I live here, I'm proud to represent here, but because I thought their program offered strengths that I didn't see in other programs.
For more than 20 years, only one program has addressed topics that matter to viewers. Only one program delivers the information that Nebraskans need to live the good life. I'm Kathy Wyatt. Join my guests and me as we discuss those issues every week on a program we call Consider This.
The media landscape is vastly different from the past. Conglomeration and consolidation have changed the skill sets required to succeed. Journalists must not only know how to conduct research, interview, and write stories, but they also have to know how to shoot and edit the stories they tell. Likewise, creative media professionals must know how to interview, research, and write the stories they shoot and edit. In the School of Communication, we require students to gain experience and proficiencies employers are seeking. The two hardest mediated genres to produce are live sports and newscasts. Thus, once our students are taught the basics, they are given opportunities to improve the abilities at these genres. Capstones 1 and 2 feature the culmination of skill sets. Once students produce the Omaha News, they can use it in their demo reel to show their skills. From here, students can go anywhere.